are here with me to do my interview. Now, it all started a very long time ago, when I was a child. That's when I first contracted this disease. It is very important that you understand, I'm not a pedophile. I did not choose this lifestyle. Please be quiet. But it chose me.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, what the heck was that I just saw 10 seconds ago? And it was just me trying to be funny and show you guys that there are total creepers out in the world, and I'm one of them. No. So I'm Seglapore, and I'm here to do the Mibba Questionnaire. Yeah. And I'm going to try to, like, talk fast because these videos, I've done this, like, I've recorded this, like, 10 times, it feels like. And they're too long, and it takes forever. And I'm just like, no, I'm going to speed it up. So I'm speeding it up. So, first question. When did you first start writing? I first started writing when I was, like, 10 years old. And they were, like, Draco Malfoy fanfics. And they were horrible. And it wasn't serious at all. It was, like, pathetic. And number 2. What was your first novel? My first novel was called Rotten Apples. It was a vampire romance, and it was horrible. Yeah. Number 3, what inspired you to write your first novel? It was Stephenie Meyer, actually, because I read Twilight, and I was like, this is disgusting, and I have to totally beat this woman because she does not know what she's doing. So I was like, I'm going to show her. And it turned out that, writing about vampires was not the easiest thing to do, and yeah, apparently you need to have experience to write a novel, so didn't work out. Do you have a specific writing style? That is question number 4. No, I don't think so. I adapt my writing style to go with what I am writing, I think, and I think that's like something that a lot of people probably do, because if you write in the same writing style, I'm sorry, but I do not like the way my hair is coming up. If you write in the same writing style, then just kind of makes every novel this sort of the same. So, number 5. How do you come up with the titles of your novels? I do this magical sun dance, and it goes like this. Almighty sun god, tell me what to name my title, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes to me, and it's really nice. And I get this, like, big light in my face, and it's just like, bam. No, that doesn't really happen that way. It takes me like 5 years to come up with a title. You should see how long the process of me writing a story is. I mean, you could tell my stories are never finished because it takes me forever. Are there ever any messages in your novel that you want your readers to grasp? Yes. Don't have sex, because if you do, you will get pregnant and die. Are any of your novels based on your own experiences? No, because I don't experience life. I just sit in my room all day making videos for you guys, of course. Are any of your characters based on people you know? No, because it's weird to me to write about people I know, and just it's too personal, and I don't like to mix my life with other things. Everything is in its own box, and it stays in its boxes, unless I take them out of the boxes, and I don't. What books have most influenced your writing? What is the first novel called? Crap. The Fault in Our Stars, Cracked Up to Be, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. By the time you read this, I'll be dead, and I will go with Fight Club. Those are my top 5 novels, and I really like those novels. All my books are over there. That's why I keep looking over there. Yeah. If you had to choose, which writer would you consider a mentor? John Green. What are the top 5 novels that affected you most? I just gave them to you, so I'm not going to re-answer that because that's why it's taken so long to finish these videos. Are there any new authors that have grasped your interest? Yes. The girl who wrote Hunger Games, because that's what I recently read, and I really liked it, and I don't know what her name is, so just the Hunger Games lady, I guess. What are your current projects? I'm working on Ellis Island, which I eventually will update eventually. I'm working on Come Home Holland, which I eventually will update eventually. I'm working on Welcome No We Missed You, which I eventually will update eventually. And my new story, Opal Lane, Voice of the Generation, which eventually will be updated eventually. And finally, Stop Lying, Love, Santana, which I'm going to update tonight. because I'm rewriting it. Oh yeah, because I finally decided that I'm going to do it. Do you see writing as a career? No, because if it was a career, I would be poor because I can never finish anything. If you had to do it all over again, would you change anything in your latest novel? Yes, because I think, like, whenever you go back and read your work over, you're like, I could do this better. At least that's what it is for me. That's why I'm always taking down chapters and then bringing them back up as a rewritten version, because I just like things to be perfect, and they're not perfect the first time you write them, and you can expect it to be, so you have to just keep going at it, and that's what I do, because I tackle everything as it can be perfect eventually. So, yeah. I feel like I'm really chippy in this video, like, hee hee ha ha ho ho, yeah. So, what is the next one? Can you share a little of your current work with us? Well, I just happen to have my writing notebook, which I carry around all the time with me in my bag that is hanging over there. There you go. There, right there. That's my bag. So, yes, I will share with you some writing that I have in here. I don't really write down stories like how I type them. I just kind of write down pages of quotes that I shall use. And I don't even write them down as, like, story written versions. I just write down the name of the person that is saying it, and then I put the quote in there, and I hope that I'll be able to get it into the story eventually. So I'll just read some that I have in stored for some of my stories. And, yeah. So here is a quote from Quinn in Stop Lying, Love, Santana. Santana, Wally, whatever. You're still my friend. You'll still be my friend even when you can't. That's not right. I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Even when you aren't. Even when you can't be. That's the correct way to say it. I have a quote from Ellis in here. Ellis from Ellis Island. You can't leave me because I can't breathe without you. Promise me we'll be together when this is all over. And then I have a quote from, I'm going to try to get a different one, from Santana. I'm never going to be who you want, and that's okay, because maybe I'm what you need, and maybe that's more important. So there are a few quotes from some stories that I will hopefully be able to get in there. Hopefully. Oh, and we're at 7 minutes. I want to be done at 10, so we're going to try to rush the rest of these. Is there anything you find particularly challenging when writing? I find it challenging to stick with my characters through to the end. With, like, Ellis Island, my biggest challenge with that was to make sure that I knew my characters well enough so that every situation I could say, this is how Ellis would react, and this is how Ben would react, and make everyone see that that's just what Ellis would do, and that's just what Ben would do, and, like, not, like, I don't want it to be like, oh, she picked this scene so this could happen. It's more like, this happened, and this is how they reacted to it instead. So yeah, that's my biggest challenge, I guess, like, trying to make sure that everything stays the way it is, the way it should be, and that I don't fall, like, my story doesn't cave in on itself, like, inaccuracies, I think stories should be as realistic as they can be. Who is your favorite author, and what is it that really strikes you about their work? My favorite author is John Green. He's my mentor. He is, like, who I aspire to be like, because I think he grasps, like, teenagehood really well, and I think that he just does a great job at, I don't even know, like, he made me cry, and I think that's, like, a big deal for me, because it's just, I mean, he's really great. Like, I can't even express it. He's just one of my biggest idols. And if I could be anybody, if I could be any writer, it'd be him, because he's kind of just awesome. Do you have any advice for other writers? I advise you to not hold back. I think that with writing, you have you just have such an open area to run into. Do what you want. I always felt like you were restricted to a certain way, and you're not. You should write however you want to write. You should write about whatever you want to write. I mean, I'm writing a story about some girl who fell in love with the person who stole her and raped her, so that's just weird, but it's, you know, life. I mean, I think that if you can find something that you love and write about it, and don't hold back and put yourself in there. Like, that's a big thing for me. You should have, those stories should be a part of yourselves. They shouldn't be just something that you have, like, oh, I can, that whatever, it's just a story. Like, it should be in you, and you should be able to say, like, that is my person. My characters are my friends. And that's really pathetic that I said that, but my characters are my friends. Do you have anything specific that you want to say to your readers? Didn't I just say that? Yeah, I did just say that. Wow, that's awkward. And, okay, so I have some questions from some Mibba people. Check y'all out. So, and I can't even see the questions. This is annoying. Alright, and we're at 10:47. Crap. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. So, from Vices on Mibba, she asks, what does it say? Which character of yours do you see yourself in the most? Probably Ellis, who I have completely just, she has just become like when I think about her, I'm just like, my baby, you know? Like, it's just like watching a kid grow up, and for her, I really feel like she's me, and then she's not me, and then she's things that I wish I was, and then she's things that I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm not like that. Like, she's just, you know, she's like just a person, and we have, like, if I was to sit down with Alice, I feel like we'd have like the best conversation. I'd probably be like, so you went to Africa to vaccinate babies. I was in Uganda giving them clear water for the Clear Water Initiative. And she'd be like, no way, I was going to do that next year when I took off. And then we just have like this great conversation because she's just like so awesome. And we would, yeah. And she's probably just the character that I see myself in most, yeah. That's the answer. And then from Silk T, how much do you love Billy May? This much! My arms cannot even expand to how much. If I had elastic arms, they would go on and on and on to the North Pole and the South Pole. That's how much. And all of the Earth in between, and the galaxy, and all the other places in the world. And the final question. Why is this? Okay. Say you could be from Turducken. Awesome username. Say you could be any animal for a day. What animal would you be? I would be a cheetah because they're fast, and I like that. Like in that commercial. Would you rather be fast or slow? Fast. What's slow? My grandma's slow. How would we make her faster? Take a cheetah to her back. Yeah, so that's what I would want to be. Okay. So, thus concludes my questionnaire for today, and it is 13 minutes, which is just crazy long. So if you stuck with me to the end, we appreciate, and we're not hating on you. So yeah, leave some more questions, and I'll get back to you in my next video. Oh, I'm getting really ghetto in here. Peace out.